Hey, it's great to be with you again today. Yesterday I was at the beach and we're sitting there and we're just looking out at the Gulf and it's just absolutely gorgeous, right? And this guy, I look over and he's like maybe 50 yards offshore and he's on a surfboard, it looks like, but he's not in the water. The surfboard is not on the water. He is like 10 inches above the water. And I'm like, what am I even seeing right now, right? There's like a little fin hanging down on the back of it. And I'm looking at it and he is not even touching the water. And my son-in-law goes, oh yeah, they have these new things now. They hover above the water and you just ride them like a hovercraft. I'm like, at first I thought like Jesus was coming, right? He's walking on. No, I'm just kidding. And, but that got me thinking, right? The disciples are in a boat. And they're freaking out. There's this incredible storm going on. And these are seasoned fishermen. They are used to storms, but this storm must have been extraordinary because they literally were crying out for help, that they thought they were going to die, that they thought that boat was going to capsize, and that this was it for them. And Jesus wasn't with them. He had stayed behind to pray on top of a hill and had sent them across the Sea of Galilee. And in the middle of that storm, they saw what they thought was a ghost coming towards them on the water. And they were screaming, you know, they're yelling and hitting each other and all that other stuff that guys do. And then they realized it was Jesus. And Jesus is looking at him and says, hey man, fear not. It's me. And Peter says, Jesus, if it's you, tell me to get out of the boat and come to you. And Jesus said, come. What incredible faith must it have taken Peter to come out of that boat, even on a calm, sunny day? There's no hovercraft, right? He gets out of the boat in the middle of this storm, a storm to end all storms, and he's got his eyes on Jesus, and he starts to walk on the water. Now, dude, I just got goosebumps, right? What kind of faith did Peter have? Incredible faith, right? And we oftentimes belittle him and say, you know, boy, he screwed it up, didn't he? Because as soon as he took his eyes off of Jesus and started looking at the wind and the waves, he started to sink. And he reached out his hand and said, save me. And Jesus grabbed his hand and pulled him up and put him back in the boat. But to have enough faith to take that first step out of the boat into the storm, into the unknown. Do we have that faith? Do we hear Jesus say, come, and do we jump out of that boat and go right to him? Or do we look at all the things that are going on around us and go, Jesus, I can't do that. It's too scary. It's too uncomfortable. It's too whatever. May we, as we go through our lives, keep our eyes fixed on Jesus and not all the trouble that surrounds us. For when we do, Jesus can do great things through us. May God continue to pour out his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.